Imagine you're speaking in a meeting or among friends, but no one seems to care. Eyes are distracted and responses are cold. Then suddenly someone else starts speaking, and instantly, everyone goes silent and listens with full attention. What just happened? What's the secret? Are people born with this kind of charisma, or is there a hidden technique that makes anyone speak and instantly capture attention? In this video, I'll reveal the method used by the most powerful speakers in the world, the secrets of presence in conversation, and how you can apply them immediately to become someone others listen to with focus and respect. Presence in conversation isn't just about strong words or a deep voice. It's a complete art that depends on things most people don't notice, but they have a strong psychological impact on listeners. Let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever listened to someone speak and found it impossible to lose focus? Their words had a special charm that made you want to listen until the end. There's a common secret among all people who have presence in their speech. They don't start talking in a typical way. They use a technique that draws listeners in unconsciously. Do you know what it is? The secret is silence. Yes, silence before speaking. When you start talking immediately after gaining attention, you may come off as rushed or nervous, as if you're trying to prove yourself quickly before someone else steals the spotlight. But what if I told you that the most charismatic and influential people do the exact opposite? They take a moment of silence before uttering a single word. This creates a sense of anticipation and suspense in the minds of the listeners. Imagine you're watching a thrilling movie and the climax is coming. But instead of the surprise happening immediately, the scene pauses for a moment. Everyone goes silent. The camera zooms in on the hero's face. Tension builds. And then suddenly, the awaited moment happens. This technique is used in cinema to grab viewers' attention. But it's not limited to films. It's also used in theater, speeches, and even politics. Have you ever noticed how great leaders speak? They never rush their words. They leave moments of silence before important statements, making their words seem more powerful and impactful. When used wisely, silence isn't a sign of hesitation, but of full control over the conversation. Try it now. Pause for a moment before you start speaking. Don't rush. Just take a deep breath, look people in the eyes, and wait. You'll notice others become more interested in what you're about to say, because you've simply made them wait. But silence alone isn't enough. Let's talk about the concept of open loops. The human brain hates unfinished things. If someone starts telling an intriguing story but suddenly stops before revealing the ending, we feel irritated and eager to know what happened. That's because our minds can't tolerate unresolved gaps. We constantly seek closure. Strong speakers use this psychological truth smartly. They don't give answers right away. Instead, they ask questions that spark curiosity and make listeners hungry to hear more. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you begin your talk by saying, "There's one simple mistake 90% of people make that makes them seem weak in any conversation." Just that sentence, without giving away any details, makes the listener want to know, what is the mistake? Do I make it? How can I avoid it? And instead of giving the answer immediately, you delay it a little. This heightens anticipation and keeps the audience hooked until the end. Once you have their attention, you need to maintain it. And here comes the role of tone and rhythm. Have you noticed how some people, no matter how ordinary their words are, captivate attention just by how they speak? They don't speak in a boring, monotone way. Instead, they vary their speed. They lower their voice, then raise it. They use short pauses between sentences to highlight key points. This makes their speech more engaging and less predictable. Take any great speaker. You'll find they know exactly when to slow down to build tension and when to speed up to add excitement. It's not random, it's carefully planned. When they want to deliver an important idea, they might speak slowly, space out their words, lower their voice, and then suddenly raise it to emphasize a point, creating a powerful effect on listeners. Now let's move on to another equally important element: body language. Imagine someone speaking confidently, but their hands are trembling, their eyes dart away from the audience, or they stand hunched as if trying to make themselves smaller. Would you feel that this person is powerful and influential? Of course not. Confident body language extends what you say with your voice. Don't stand stiffly or move randomly. Take your space, use your hands moderately, and look at others directly, without seeming nervous. Listeners don't just hear your voice, they read your body too. If there's a mismatch between your words and your gestures, they'll believe your body language more. And the most important thing, avoid filler words like or, these kill your presence immediately. When you speak, pause instead of filling silence with uncertain sounds. Every time you feel like saying, take a moment of silence instead. You'll find your speech becomes stronger and smoother. Now you might be wondering, how can I apply all this practically? What specific steps can I start using today to become more impactful in any conversation? Here's a simple but very powerful exercise. The next time you speak to a group, try the following. 1. Start with 2 seconds of silence before saying your first word. 2. Begin with an unexpected sentence or a thought-provoking question. 3. Watch your body language. Stay relaxed but confident. 4. Vary your tone throughout the conversation. Don't speak in the same rhythm the whole time. It'll make your talk dull. 5. Alternate between raising and lowering your voice. Use intentional pauses. Let your voice reflect the emotion you want to convey. Slow down if you want to build suspense. Speed up a bit if you want excitement. This variety makes your speech more lively and fluid. 6. Cut out filler words and replace them with intelligent silence. These steps may seem simple, but they make a huge difference. Try them now, and you'll immediately notice that people listen to you differently. You'll feel more in control of the conversation, and you'll realize you no longer need to shout or repeat yourself to get attention. The way you speak will naturally command respect. But before we finish, there's one thing you need to know. Presence isn't about speaking a lot. It's about making people know that when you speak, your words are always worth listening to. Some people think influencing others requires talking endlessly, using complex words, or raising their voice to get attention. But the truth is exactly the opposite. Words alone aren't enough. It's about how you use them. The same sentence can sound powerful and compelling when spoken by a confident person and weak and dull when spoken by someone hesitant. So the key is to act as if you have something important to say, even before you say a single word. Have you noticed how skilled speakers can make any topic sound interesting? Even if they talk about something simple, the way they present it makes you want to keep listening. That's because they don't just focus on what they say, but also how they say it. So train yourself in these skills. Make them part of who you are, and you'll see how people's perception of you changes, how your influence and presence grow in any conversation. Now, are you ready to try these techniques for yourself? Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Start today. Try them in your next conversation, and watch people's reactions.